All through the history of the United States, American Indian identities have been appropriated by the mainstream culture for entertainment and commercial purposes. From 18th century newspapers and dime novels, all the way to 20th century movies and television, American Indians have been historically relegated to a misleading group of stereotypes and cardboard characters. With the invention of the microprocessor, video entertainment was changed forever when Pong, the first ever video game, hit the markets in 1982. Since then, video games have grown to a $27 billion business worldwide. Having developed only in the past 20 years, video games offer a unique insight into the ways stereotypes of Native Americans are both enduring and receding. The very first Native American character in video games was T-Hawk from Super Street Fighter II. Although, according to the game, he is from Mexico, his costume includes numerous motifs from United States Indians, including fringes on his denim outfit and a headband with eagle feathers. His motivation for entering the tournament is to reclaim his ancestral home and save his people from the evil bison and his criminal corporation. One of the most memorable characters in video game history was introduced in 1997 when Acclaim Entertainment released Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, for the Nintendo 64. Joseph Turok is a Native American brave who inhabits the Lost Land, a timeless world inhabited by dinosaurs and cyborgs, which he must kill in order to keep the Chrono Scepter from falling into the wrong hands. Turok demonstrates that even in the progressive 90s, American Indians are perpetually caught in a land before time in regards to popular culture. Most early video games had very little story, mostly as a holdover from arcades, where children would pay 50 cents for about 5 minutes of gameplay. However, in 1998, the Konami Company of Japan released what was the most complicated thriller action game of its time. Metal Gear Solid traced the actions of Solid Snake, the legendary soldier, as he infiltrated a nuclear weapons lab located in the Aleutian Islands. The game described a complex series of plot twists through a revolutionary use of cinematic cutscenes, eventually leading to the introduction of another memorable Native American character. Vulcan Raven is an Inuit shaman, and one of 6 boss enemies Snake must defeat to advance through the game.
Right, my friends?
His spirit animal is the Raven, a complex lightbringer and trickster symbol in Inuit culture. It is reduced within the game to symbolizing the path of war and death.
That which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
He is an interesting amalgamation of Native American stereotypes, in that he is both a powerful warrior and a mystical wizard.
The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
He uses his powers to place Snake in a trance, effectively immobilizing him, and takes the opportunity to advocate an interesting theory of native origins.
Blood from the east flows within your veins. Your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary.
His endorsement of the Bering Strait theory is completely counter to Inuit cultural beliefs, as well as the work of contemporary native scholars who point out a lack of corroborating evidence for the theory. However, parts of the game do attempt to be informative.
You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics?
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right.
There's even been some attempts by the developers to be more politically correct. In the 2004 remake of the game, the dialogue was changed to,
You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics.
With that strength, you must have been training in the stick pull and four-man carry.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It's an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
the most extreme creative liberties are taken after Vulcan has been defeated. Although it makes for good storytelling, it is misrepresentative of contemporary Inuits and reinforces age-old stereotypes.
Just as the boss said, it is my existence which is no longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. In the natural world, there is no such thing as boundless slaughter. There is always an end to it, but you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. No matter how far you go, or how many corpses you crawl over, the killing will never end. It's a future without hope. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
In 2004, Rockstar Games, the makers of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, released Red Dead Revolver, modeling the game after the old spaghetti westerns. An innovation over older games, Red Dead Revolver allowed players to control a diverse cast of characters, with the larger story following the quest of the main character, Red Harlow. Son of a white gunslinger and a native woman, he attempts to avenge their murders at the hands of the evil Colonel Darren. He is assisted in his endeavors by his cousin Shadow Wolf of the fictitious Red Wolf tribe